Hello and welcome to Caravan Escapades. Hope everybody's keeping safe and well. Not only welcome to Caravan Escapades, but also welcome to Vanother Collective. This is our very first Vanother Collective. This is the one for June. Thank you very much for inviting us and letting us in. Hopefully we don't let you guys down. So this is part, as I've said, of the Vanlife Collective. You can see all the other channels involved in it up here. So please, once you've watched this one, go on and watch the other vlogs. They've done vlogs very much on the same theme. Anyway, this month's theme is all about planning for a trip. So what do we do? What do Claire and I do for planning for a trip? I think you can put it into two categories actually. Our French trip, where Claire is meticulous about the planning, and then our other trips, which we do very little planning for at all. So Claire's behind, she doesn't want to come on the camera, but she's going to shout up anyway. If we take the other trips, it can be very much a last minute thing. Our weekend trips away, our short breaks. It could almost be just 2 days or a couple of days before we're due to go away. We'll just find some availability, decide on an area, have a look at what the CL or the site's like, and just go. But to enable us to do that, I guess, we keep several bits in the caravan. Those non-perishable food items, so we keep the non-perishable food items. We have all our own wash kits. That's something else we do. We don't have the same wash kit for home and for the caravan.
It would be a bit strange if we had toiletry bags at home.
Alright, but you know what I mean, Claire, so we've been a bit strange. So we actually have a toiletry bag in the caravan which has all of our own caravan stuff in. So your deodorant, your soap, your shaving kit, not shaving kit for Claire by the way, and all those sort of stuff. So that's all in the caravan ready to go. And Claire always checks at the end of each trip whether we need to top those up. So we have that sort of things in here. We have a range of stuff. The bedding, once we get back, what Claire tends to do is gets the bedding washed, gets it vac packed down and put it back into the caravan straight away, so it's always here. The same with towels. We have our own set of caravan towels and all these sorts of stuff. So we have a set of everything we need in the caravan, so at short notice we can be ready to go. Claire will write a quick set of notes before we go away for these weekend breaks and she'll send me a message. It'll be, what clothes do you want? 2 hoodies, 1 pair of jeans, 4 socks, 5 pants, all that sort of stuff, and she'll tick that off and put that together very, very quickly before we go for those weekends. So that's kind of how we do our normal short trips away. Not a great deal of planning goes into it. However, France is a very different thing. Although we don't, for the last couple of years, we actually haven't booked the French trip till probably a couple of months before we're due to go. But that's when the planning starts. So I get quite meticulous about certain parts of it. So we get the site booked first. We make sure that's all confirmed. I then get the ferry booked. I then get the insurance booked and all those sorts of important things. The other bits that we already have in place, like we have the Movis tag, we have the Critter certificate, all that sort of stuff is already done and sorted anyway. And Claire starts a WhatsApp group. Every time we go to France, she starts a WhatsApp group between me and her, and then there is this whole big long list starts to appear of the sort of things we need to do.
But it's all in categories.
It is, it's all categorised.
Every cupboard is categorised, every little thing. Swimwear, beachwear, you name it, it's all done.
So it is, it's got categorised. So we get all of those things together. So we got the ferries booked, we've got all those sorts of things booked. One of the things we don't do, and we really enjoy it this way, is we don't book our sites as we're travelling down. We just take that as it comes. We just travel as far as we can, find a site local and stop over there. But then when it comes to packing the caravan, Claire is very meticulous. I mean, to be fair, the first thing we do is we start from the front of the caravan and work our way right the way to the back and go through every underbed cupboard, every overhead cupboard. First thing we do is take out all the stuff that we don't need to take to the south of France. There's no point in dragging stuff all the way to the south of France when you don't need to have it there. So then once we've kind of taken everything out, what did you say, Claire, sorry?
We wipe everywhere out, we give it a massive, massive spring clean, don't we?
Yeah, we do. So we give the caravan a massive spring clean. Then we start to pack everything in that we're going to take with us.
First aid kit's a massive priority for us.
Yeah, we always have a first aid kit in the caravan anyway, but you always make sure that's updated, everything's in date.
It'll be gone through now, and we've got, what, 6 weeks to go to France?
Yeah, something
It'll be gone through when we get home on Monday, and literally everything replaced, won't it? Cow pole,
Yeah, but all those
paracetamol,
all those stuff that's relevant to
plasters,
dates. Yeah,
you
so that's
name it,
all
all
going to be
that
done
lot
and
will be
changed.
updated.
And then we literally start to pack. So we put everything in certain cupboards. We know where everything is. We've got a safe hidden away in the caravan where we hide stuff that we only use when we go for travelling. You know, things like passports and money. Not telling you where that is, by the way. And then we decide on what's going in the car. This is going to be slightly different, I think, this year, particularly with the new caravan, because we seem to have more space underneath the bed, whereas we had the kind of two side bench or the two dinette benches at the back. We do seem to have a lot more space, so we might put a bit more stuff in the caravan than we do in the car, but generally, a rule of thumb, I try to put as much in the car and as much heavy stuff in the car as we can. What we like to do, particularly travelling so far, is have the caravan as a usable space all the time, because we'll stop in the airs or the motorway services at lunchtime. We'll go and get some bread and cheese and that sort of thing, and we like to be able to just sit in the caravan and eat it and use it as though we're on a campsite. Again, when we get to a campsite at night, we want to just basically unhitch, get in, get our head down before we start travelling on again today. Sorry, Claire, you were going to say something?
No, I was just going to say, like, sleeping. Because we'll cross over late,
Yeah.
won't we, at night,
Yeah.
drive probably 3 or 4 hours, depending on how we feel, and then it will be, we need to get to bed.
Yeah, yeah.
So we can't have stuff piled up in
No, we
bed.
can't. We don't want to be
and stuff.
moving stuff around and all those sorts of stuff. So I have everything that I'll need for those stops at hand, and we just want the caravan as usual space. So that's it, really. I mean, it is, as you see, very, very different how we plan our trips. Normal trips, very, very little planning. We just make sure that everything's in the caravan and ready to go.
We haven't spoke about food and stuff. If we're going for a weekend, it is literally like, when are we going? Like this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
You might as well come and see
I
you.
don't want to.
Come and see you.
I don't want to.
She doesn't want to sit in front
And
of the
all
camera.
the meals and lunches are planned, and the food comes from home, and I have a food delivery delivered to home, don't I, and bring it.
Yeah.
When we're going to France, no way. We don't take anything.
No, we don't. We take from a food point of view.
Because
We
you
take
can't.
very, very little, as you know, from a produce, from a meat, that sort of thing. You can't take it anyway now.
There'll be emergency tin of baked beans, emergency tin of tomatoes.
I would tin it mostly chilli, Marks and Spencer's
No, I'm
chilli.
not taking that.
We're not taking a tin of emergency chilli.
No, that is gross.
Okay.
And there'll be a few snacks possibly for Darcy May, which we can cross over with. There's always a couple of bottles of water for an emergency.
Yeah.
Always. There's juice.
So we do take
That sort of thing, but we don't take a lot of stuff.
No, we don't take a lot of stuff.
once we've
From a
crossed
food
over.
point of view, when we go to France, we don't take a great deal. We do a shop soon after we've got there anyway. So really that's about it. As I say, two very, very different styles for different types of trip. Our big summer holiday. Come and say hello. Come on, she was like waving round the side. She daren't come in front of the camera. I don't know why she's gone camera shy.
Because I don't like it. I don't like being in the vlogs.
Anyway, yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed that. That was our very first Vanother Collective. Please, again, don't forget to check out all the other vloggers involved and check out all of their channels and take a look at their vlogs as well. Again, these are the vlogs that you want to check out, and there will be all links and descriptions below.
I've just thought.
Sorry, Claire's just interrupted me.
Before we do our big trip to France, the car normally goes in for a service.
Yeah, that's the other planning we do. Again, sensible thing before we go.
Yeah, but it's just something I thought of.
Yeah, no. Before we go to France, what we do is we make sure the car has a good service and everything else. Particularly with towing the caravan
tyres
all that
and
way.
everything.
Tyres are all
tyres.
done. Make sure that all those sorts of stuff. I mean, the caravan doesn't necessarily need a maintenance or a service at that. I do give the caravan a good check over and check, make sure everything's greased up and tyres are right. My nuts are torqued, all those sorts of things. Anyway, thank you very much. It's been a bit hit and miss. Claire's been behind the camera, I've been in front of it. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Hit that notification bell and you'll be notified when we put out more vlogs.